Devoting yourself to being better, knowing better, those are good genes. It's down to the DNA, staying solid like I was a Marine. If the heat's on, I can handle the pressure. If the mic's on, I can give you a lecture. If your ear's on, I'ma give you a blessing. Strategize, opportunities, progression. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Repetition until it turn into perfection. Better tell 'em. The world don't stop just cause you're grieving. Better tell 'em. Funeral last week, rent due this evening. Better tell 'em. Red pill, blue pill, pick a side. Better tell 'em. Shit get real, better guard your life.
Better tell them. We back again, y'all. It's almost a new year. Welcome to the Good Genes podcast with your favorite cousins, Hailey and
Necia.
Yes. Oh, a new year. Who would have thought? It feels like, on like Spotify and Apple Music, they do the Wrapped.
Yeah.
What have you been listening to this year? And you'll be like, dang, I forgot about that song. So I'm excited for us to like recap and do all those things today. But a little housekeeping so that we can get in the habit of this. As you're watching, like this video, subscribe, post notifications, do all the things, okay?
Thank you.
You are going to help us move forward with what we want to do and bigger visions that we have this podcast. So do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc.
You appreciate it.
Yes. Well, as always, we got to do our check-in. So, Necia, how you doing, cousin? How you feeling this week?
I'm feeling all the feels.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm feeling all the feels. It's very surreal that we left a year that was so filled with all type of emotions. Like I really felt every type of emotion in 2025. So I'm sitting here just reminiscing and like, dang, I really got through all of that. I'm still here, but then it saddens me that a lot of people not sitting here with us in this new year as well.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for any day that God chooses to wake me up and, decides that it's not over for me yet. It's not over. So he got something for me to do. So I'm just like, I've been thinking really, really hard, like, God, what do you want me to do? What purpose? What else do you want me to do? Because you're still waking me up. And yeah.
That's awesome.
How are you, though?
I'm feeling as well. It's been an emotional roller coaster lately. I truly didn't expect like the holidays to feel the way that they felt. Things were starting to kind of feel normal. But then I had therapy and I really had to address feelings I didn't even know I was living amongst.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were here and present. I guess I just wasn't acknowledging them until I got to therapy. And it's like, what do you want to talk about today? What's happening? Mm-hmm. And you go through all the things that make you realize that I'm living amongst all of this feelings that I haven't expressed, that I don't know how. And it just feels really high end. And something that we've talked about and that I talked about with our therapist is like, I can like feel it in my body. My physical body like feels certain emotions that, I'm working through to address. So today has been better than other days. And I feel like I've been more honest about when people say, how are you doing?
Right.
I don't just be like, I'm good. Things are good. What I try to say is I'm better than I was because I've had rough days. And if I'm having a rough day, I'll be like, I'm just okay. But today my response has been, I'm better than I was. Okay. So I'm not holly jolly great.
Okay.
But better than I was.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying, I'm hanging in there. That's like my thing. I'm hanging in there because sometimes it's by a thread. And it's the truth. Sometimes I literally feel like I'm just literally hanging on a string. So I'm hanging in there. And what else? Oh, I was like, my sister was like, how are you? And I was like, I'm not okay, but I will be.
That's good.
Because I really just been trying to be more honest with my feelings and my emotions. That's one thing I'm trying to be very intentional about this year.
Yes.
Is really trying to be the most authentic version of myself and showing up and leaving my cape. Like, I want to leave my cape in 2025. I've been saving a lot of people. So now I'm in my season to where Necia save you.
Yes.
So it's been challenging. But it's it's a process. It's a process.
That's
So
true.
I just been, like I said, just trying to hang in there. And if I'm not okay in the moment and you happen to ask me, am I okay? I am going to be honest because I want to show up human this year and like a superhero.
Yes. Because you sometimes you just naturally fall into that role of like, this is what you want to do and the aspirations you have for yourself to be a superhero. But then people start to look at you like that. And it's like, dang, y'all don't think we're going through the same thing?
Or more. If this about to take you out, what you telling me about, what you think I got going on?
Yes. And then in my year and some change of therapy, had a very, what's the best way to say this? I don't want to call it stern, but I had a very, my therapist had a very let me hold your hand moment and told me some truths that like nobody assigned you to that role.
Same.
So you can't feel a way that they look at you like Superwoman or that you've taken on all of this role and nobody wants to help you with it or do any of those things because nobody assigned you to that. You know, some life circumstances put you in that, but it's like you don't have to take that on forever. And that's something I try to remind myself is nobody asked me to be here. So I can't be mad at how they handle it, or if they look at me like this, I could just start to shift that like, hey, I'm human. I am not Superwoman this year. I will not be doing all of those things anymore. Not even just this year, but like I'm unlearning that. So let's do it together and just be honest with myself. Nobody asked me to do that. Right. Nobody asked me to be Superwoman.
Right.
I just assumed it. And I think that that's something more natural for a Black woman or women in general is you feel like that's your role. Like, this is what I have to do. I have to be strong. I have to be emotionally available and understanding to others, and kind of like you put yourself to the back burner, to the side to be there for others. And it's like, who's there for you?
Right.
Who's assigned you?
Right. You know what? One thing, it brings me back to a conversation I recently had with my best friend. And we were saying we really want to lock in our identity outside of the roles we carry, i.e. being a mom, a aunt for her, a mom, for me, like an aunt, a wife, a friend, a cousin, a sister, a daughter. Like when people ask you, who are you? Usually people start saying their roles to other people.
Yes.
So they say, oh, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a daughter, you know, but that's not your identity. Your identity shouldn't just be that. It should actually be, hi, I'm Necia. I love the Lord. I'm also learning. I'm on, you know, a grief journey right now. I'm a compassionate person. I like to find myself to think I'm empathetic as well. You know, it should be something along that, and that doesn't really have nothing to do with other people, like the serving part of other people, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And I know that's like something I really want to work on this year. Like, Necia, who are you outside of the roles that you hold? You know?
Okay, we love that.
Yeah.
So in this year of 2025, even though it's been a roller coaster, God will always provide us good with the tribulations. So what are some of those, when you look back on this year, even though it's been hard, what are some things you're proud of or that you feel good about accomplishing, even if it's that I just survived, I made it?
That's it. I survived. I made it. I survived. Yes. I kept one foot forward before the other. I didn't give up, even when I really wanted to give up. Those really, really dark moments, because I had a lot of them. Yeah. With the help of the Lord sustaining my strength, I was able to climb out of that darkness, and also sit in it, because that's been very hard to force yourself to sit in. I would say the latter half of the year, I was very intentional on not trying to stay so busy to where I'm not feeling what I'm feeling. I'm not processing it, because I know that's part of the healing journey. So like the last month, I think that's why I had such a rough month and was so emotional, because I was really allowing myself to feel the beginning and the middle quarter of like 2025, you know?
And I think with the holidays, the absence of family members is very heightened.
Yes.
You know, because this is the time of family. So like when they're not here, it's way more prevalent right now.
Especially in my family, because we close knit, and to have not just one but two, you know, it's just it's something. I would say that it's something. But I'm very proud of myself for just being here, continue to keep going, and allow myself to fall apart, but also giving myself grace and God patience to put me back together.
Yes.
So it's like, you know. But what about you? What's like what's the thing that you're the most proud of that you accomplished in 2025?
I did a lot. Like I transformed a lot personally, but I think the thing that I'm like most proud of is, I'm not gonna say it wasn't all me. It was definitely not all me. My sister cousin had a lot to do with this role as well, but I aided in helping her find her biological father.
We love that.
Yep, my Uncle Bo.
Shout out to you, Pops. We love you.
Love you, Uncle Bo.
Love you.
But that was such a wonderful experience that even kind of started around this time last year. So it's like that is kind of feeling familiar, but I love that I was able to do that. And even now it makes me, like, I think about then, I question why do you love me so much that I could be a part of this?
Right.
Because I could have never been a part of that, you know? But now I'm asking God, like, why me? Why all of this? So I think it's okay to, like, question God. I think this year has been a why God.
Yeah.
And I think next year He's going to show me why.
Okay.
So hoping for that, but so happy that I got to connect them. And I gained so much more family, because it's not just Uncle Bo, it's the whole family.
Yes, we have aunties and uncles and cousins. I just, for one, I know I've already expressed my gratitude for you helping, but I really thank you for helping. Thank you for helping her, my sister, for complete, like, her dying wish.
It was her living wish.
Yes, her living wish. Thank you for, I remember the day we were all on the phone and he picked up, and the excitement in her voice, but if you know her, she was so, like, timid. At the same time, it's almost like she was like 3 years old from, like, because the last time she had saw him she was about 2 or 3.
Right.
So it's like in that moment, that first conversation, it was like he was talking to, like, his 3-year-old daughter, and she was talking to her dad from a 3-year-old, and to be able to witness that, because we were all on the phone.
Yeah. That whole time, I literally dropped to my knees crying.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just asked God, why do you love me so much to let me be a part of this?
Yeah.
It was so beautiful, and it was like her living wish.
Her living wish. And he was there in her last breath. And he was there when we, you know, he ended up flying in the day after our mom passed.
I picked him up from the airport.
Yes. And in that moment, we needed every parent we can get. Oh, yes. Thank you, Hailey. And I'm not going to apologize for getting emotional, because I really want to commit to being a human this year. So usually if I, like, got emotional, I'll be like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, because I'm human. And I think we should normalize emotions. We should normalize being comfortable sharing these emotions with people, because we have so many people hiding their emotions or suppressing their emotions, and some people, they end their life because of it. They are in deep depression because of it. So I really want to start this new year being mindful of everybody's mental health, emotional capacity, because you just never know what someone is going through.
Right.
But yes, I'm not going to say I'm sorry.
That's right.
Because,
And so what I do want to ask you, because I think this is something that we should all ask each other, is I clearly know you're going through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you, how can I best comfort you in these moments? Do you prefer a hug? Do you prefer a listening ear? Because some people don't want the extra affection. Sometimes you just want somebody to listen while you cry so that you can get it out. And that's it. I can say I tend to be that person. Like, not that I don't want it, but like, let me get it all out and we can hug at the end. So but what do you prefer so that I can show up for you in that way?
That's such a good question.
Because some people often are afraid of, like, they are afraid to emote in front of people because they don't know how people are going to react.
Yes. Yeah, we was having a conversation about that.
Mm-hmm.
We was having a conversation about that, about some people don't know what to do with big emotions.
Yes.
You know? And some people, it look like they don't care, but they honestly don't know what to do or say. But I love this because one thing about it, life is a trip. And we're going to go through it. It's going to have its ups and downs. So I think these questions are important. But to answer your question, it depends. Because most times what I've been finding, less talking for me and just more consoling. Like if you're next to me, just rubbing my back, rubbing my arm, maybe just giving me a hug. That speaks louder to me than you trying to tell me it's going to be okay, or, like just trying to find the words to say, because sometimes it comes off very off-putting.
Yeah.
But I love when somebody just be as speechless as me, because I'm not looking for you to say anything, because I'm speechless, like especially if I'm inconsolable.
Mm-hmm.
A good rub. But if I'm able to talk, or like now we're talking or whatever, a good listening ear, I appreciate that, with no judgment. And sometimes I'm trying to be better with staying in a conversation if I'm coming to you for advice or a listening ear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the person who's grieving or going through something too, we got to be better at letting people know how to care for us, because they may not ask. So sometimes I'd be like, well, it's not something for you to fix. I'm just letting you know. I'm just like letting you in or how I'm feeling.
Yes.
So I don't want you to fix it, because some things you can't fix.
Most of the things that cause these big emotions, you can't fix.
Like you can't bring my mom back. You can't bring my sister back. You can't take those memories out of my head of me holding my sister while she took her last breath. Like I would never forget how soul feels to leave his body. Like you can't fix that for me,
right?
But sometimes I just want to talk about it. I think people think you don't want to talk about it, but sometimes you do just want to, like, because it's in your mind constantly. Sometimes you do want to talk about it, and at the end of the day, it's your loved one. So I find comfort talking about them.
And I think something I realized this week in tandem with that is, sometimes that's why therapy helps. When it comes out of your mouth, it leaves your brain. So it's like now I don't have a million thoughts just running through my mind that are, because once I have gave them breath, I have gave them life. So they are out of my mind and they are, in God's ears now.
Right.
This week I was at work and I just was having a rough time, like, I guess what they would consider intrusive thoughts, but like, my brain was just going and going. Like, I didn't have a moment where I could truly, what I consider like detach and focus on work. Like, it came with me. The baggage came with me. My baggage was, when you go to the airport and it's like over however many pounds, my baggage was overflowing,
right,
popping at the seams. And I was trying to review a report and I literally just had to start reading it out loud. And it did help me, like just focusing on reading the words, hearing the words. Is it correct? Was the punctuation correct? It helped those millions of thoughts kind of like go away so that I could focus on what I need to focus on. And I think in that same token, when you can talk about grief, it alleviates like all of it that's sitting in your mind. You create space for better thoughts.
Right.
So,
yes. So how can I be a better support system to you as well?
I think you're doing great. For me, again, I just enjoy the listening ear. Like, I don't mind talking about it. And I think most people are used to me crying because I'm a crier. So it's like, she's going to cry. But I am trying to get better at like asking for help because I'll get considerate of others and say, I don't need to bother you with this. You're going through enough. Like how I asked you for help and you lost more than I did.
Yeah, but she could still ask me. Yeah, sometimes me helping you get through it helps me because I'm also comforting you, but I'm comforting myself too. Yeah, so yeah, don't feel like that. Yeah, you can kind of
but I feel like that in general with a lot of people. It's a just something. Of course, I've worked on in therapy is just feeling like a sense of alone. Like I have to do things myself. I'm who I can depend on. And it's like, no, Hailey, you're going to ask for what you need. The worst you can get is a no, or I don't have time right now. Okay. So I am working on that. And I love that. It's getting better, but I think right now, like hanging out, getting out the house, I have really mastered when I get to in my head that like I quite literally need to go touch grass. So I'm like, what you doing? I need to get out of the house. Yeah. I've been walking lately. So I like, call you, call my mom, call my best friend on my walks and just clear my mind. But those are things that I think are helpful for me in the way that I grieve or the way that I handle big feelings. Because big feelings aren't always grief.
Right.
But
sometimes it could be anger.
Oh.
It could be happiness too. Sometimes you just overjoyed.
Yeah.
So I just think it's so important to manage those emotions. And I know in therapy I'm learning how to call the emotions out. Like this is how do I know that I feel sad? Like what does that feel like?
Yeah.
How do I know that I'm happy? What does that feel like? So I think us really identifying the emotions and I think that's like so important. But you mentioned something. You mentioned some of the things that you do when you do have big emotions, regardless of what type. Like going walking, making sure you're being mindful to go out and solicit help when needed. So is there like one other thing that you could share with the audience when they're going through big emotions or when they're around somebody going through big emotions that maybe they can take as a tip?
Being around people with big emotions, I honestly don't be afraid to feel with them. Because myself, sometimes I feel like my job is to console you. I can't be, crying and doing all this too. But it feels good to know that like I'm not in this alone for me. So when people can show up for me, please do not feel like you can't cry around me. You know what I'm saying? That it has to be, you just have to console me. Like this can be a dialogue. It can be a joint feeling. Like as deep as I feel it, I know that others are going to feel it as well.
Yes.
But
it's kind of weird if they don't, especially if you're having such a big emotion and they're not even moved by it, you know?
Yeah, it can be kind of off-putting.
Yeah.
But things to do, another thing that I love to do is cook. Again, because it's something purely for me, even if it's just ramen noodles. Like, I want to eat this. I cooked it for myself, seasoned it for myself, and it just feels like pouring back into me. So yes, I go for walks to like clear my mind and, create that space. But for me, cooking is like that final step to put it back in. It's like, okay, I got it all out. The thoughts are out of my head. The feeling in my body is out. But like I need to replenish as well. So when I think about replenishing, I just love to maybe go out for a good meal. But I just quite literally feed myself. Okay? How about for you? What are some ways that others could show up for you or that you do when you have big feeling?
Okay, so I already mentioned when, like, just sometimes consoling me, the nonverbal console that always helps me. And then if I want to talk, I'll talk. But some things that I do, like literally, I just went and parked in a parking lot of a shopping plaza. and literally just screamed to the top of my lungs. To the point I was like breathing so hard afterwards. Like I was like almost panting. Like, and I could feel it, like I could feel that big feeling exiting my body as I was screaming. And then when I got done, I was just like, oh, okay, I got this. You got this. All right, keep driving. Because I was getting so full and emotional while driving. All I could do was park. And I was like, okay, it's a bank. I know banks have cameras. There's people there. So, you know, like, but so doing that, like going to go scream in a closet, a car, somewhere, journaling. I've been like writing too, like journaling, like my feelings as if I'm about to put it in a documentary. But it just too, when I go back and start feeling better, I'm like, dang, look how far I came. So it reminds me that next time I have an emotion like this, you've already come through that, you know? So you're going to come through this. So just doing things like that and just really trying to be mindful of letting others around me know when it's a good time, when it's not a good time, when I am feeling these big emotions, so they're not caught off guard too. So that's like some tips that I would say. But do what works for you. I love listening to music too. When I'm in a mood, certain music, I have to listen to it. Like I've been listening heavy to that I Wish. You Got Me on that from 21 Savage.
Boy,
I've been balling since he dropped that song. On it off, but literally, so listening to music, stuff like that. And I love the water. So going to go sit by water, it's just, I like hearing the waves crash. It's something about that that's very peaceful and calming for me.
So 2 things I want to say. You mentioned something about it helps you look back and say, if I made it through this, you know, I can make it through this. And that's why, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a tattoo right here. And it's in Spanish. I actually got it when I was in Puerto Rico, and it's from a song of my favorite artist, Frank Ocean. And I won't read it to you in Spanish because I don't think most of our listeners will understand Spanish. But I will translate it for you. And it says, if this hasn't broken me, I'll never be broken. And this was one of my first visible tattoos. Like, these are only visible tattoos I have. All the rest you can't be seen, at least by me. But when I look at this, I'll be like, oh yeah, unstoppable.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Keep going. You want?
No, I don't want to cut you off.
But yeah, this makes me feel strong. Yeah. And then another thing, you talked about water. I used to feel the same way. So I do enjoy going by the water. It is very calming. But at least while I'm here in Miami, it has become almost like a fear of mine. But I don't believe in living in fear. I believe in facing my fears and doing things afraid. So I recently went out to the water, and I had one of those moments you're talking about where it's like I just screamed and I could like feel it in my body. Like as I walked towards the water, I almost felt like paralyzed. Like I had hit a wall and the breath in my body was gone. But I knew that I needed to be there. I needed to deal with the emotion that I had around that. And I just needed to rip the Band-Aid off. So sometimes you just got to go through it. Key was telling me that it's like, now you go through, you know, you can't go around it. You can't find a way. You just got to go through. So I found some courage to do that, and I'm proud of myself.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I was checking your location. I was like, okay, she's still out there.
And you know what's crazy? We were talking before that. And he was like, well, I'm out. Let me know if you want me to come. And I got to a point where like, I was like hyperventilating. And I was like, let me see where Necia at, if she's still close. And I saw you was home, and I was like, I'm going to leave her alone.
You should have called me. Me. Because in that particular day, I needed to be out there too.
Yeah.
Honestly. But
and I
I was trying to let you have your moment.
also was, I didn't know how I was going to react because I haven't been to the water out here, because Marquise had his incident down here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I do have like this love-hate relationship with the water here.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to react. And again, I was like, bitch, excuse me. I was like, if I get to like flipping out, it's like, Necia don't got time for this.
But listen, me and my homegirl, we be on the phone. Literally, I don't want to call it trauma bonding, but I just think it's just being friends and being there for each other and having an open dialogue about what's going on because she lost her daughter. And sometimes we really be on the phone having a real raw emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to make time for it, and she always try to make time for when I'm having a moment.
Yeah.
And I just think that's what like community and friendships and family is for,
Maybe we can go tonight.
Yeah, we can go tonight because I literally could scream again.
Girl, I was like,
yeah.
And then, but it sometimes, we kind of talked about this, but another reason why I kind of do that, or I like to go in public places and have big emotions, is because it almost reminds you that you are a grain of sand in the bigger picture of life. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it feels good to just feel like everything's not so important.
Right.
Like, I just want to be this small thing in the bigger picture. Mm-hmm. So like when you can go in public and just like cry and scream and everyone just kind of goes on with their life, mm-hmm. It's like, oh, wow. It just feels like, okay.
Yeah.
And I experienced that a lot. Like when I was in college, I would walk my college campus like class to class and just be boo-hoo crying. Like at where my life was and things that were happening at that time. And I used to be like, dang, am I invisible? Like, does no one see me?
Right.
But then I also remember, like, how do you console someone? I'm walking amongst a bunch of strangers. It's not like I walked into the family reunion and I'm boo crying and no one said anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also college. Like, everyone's crying.
Yeah.
We're all sad. We all failed an exam. Life is happening.
Life is a trip.
Life is a trip. Life is a trip. So sometimes that's what I feel, even like you said, going to the parking lot. I am a grain of sand amongst all these people.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you like in tune with that. I'm glad that I'm very proud of you for making that step because I know that was not easy. So your association with the water in South Florida is my association with back home, which is St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
So anytime I have to go back, it's so triggering. And I know I got to go back in like a few days because you're having a birthday party.
Yes.
So I know I got to suck it up. But being the fact that I lost 2 family members there and I have to pass by hospitals and I remember roadways and exits, it's very triggering for me.
Yeah.
But I still have a whole family there as well. So it's like I have to at one point face it.
Yeah.
So I'm just, giving myself grace though, but also like,
gotta go through.
Yeah, I gotta go through. And that's one thing I've been like telling myself lately is if God bring you to it, he can bring you through it. He's going to bring you through it. It's not he can't. He's going to bring you through it if you trust him. So I'm just like, okay, I'm here now, Yeah. I got through the holidays and I'm still
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
So I can go back home, and celebrate, celebrate you and see family. And it's just going to be a process,
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just got to rip the Band-Aid off because it gets easier after that, or we would hope so.
Right.
I always say that grieving doesn't get easier, you get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So it will provide you strength as you go through. Because what else can you do except stand still? And I don't believe in doing that.
Right.
I would never tell God I'm willing to stand still because I would not like him to take me up on that offer. As long as I have breath in my body, I'm going to keep going because it would be disrespectful to God with the opportunity he gave me, and it would be disrespectful to everyone I lost this year to not take advantage of something that they didn't get.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, no, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why you have to do it afraid because people quite literally don't get the option.
Right.
So it's like, oh, no, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do everything.
So, yeah. So we talked about what's something you want to achieve 2026.
Achieved. What do I want to do? Like, I have like career goals. So of course I want to increase my income. Next year, I consider my year of yes, but that looks very different. It's my year of yes to starving my flesh of things that I want and only making room for things that God wants. So just even like food cravings, anything that is in the way of me or anything that I feel like I want and I'm unsure if God wants it as well. So I just want to starve my flesh of like things of the world. It's also saying yes to paying off debt. That may look like saying no to other things, but yes to paying off debt because my spidey sense tells me that the market is going to crash in the next couple of years, and I'm trying to be very well prepared to go snatch up what's on this market for the low scope, and that's on the stock market, on the housing market, everything. And I just want to, everything that I've asked God for, I want to spend 2026 being preparing for. Like, what senses is it of me to ask for something that I haven't prepared for?
You want to be in alignment with your blessings.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So those are things that I'm looking for on those levels. How about for you? What are your goals or some things you want to achieve in 2026?
I definitely want to achieve, of course, expanding this community. I think we can do some great things. I want to really delve into some very important topics like financial literacy and, you know, the importance of different ways of investing, starting from small investments to large, working on our mindset. I want to be a reason why the world is a better place.
That's good.
You know,
you already are, by the way.
Thank you. That's how they say I'm trying to learn. I'm auntie, so y'all know I don't really be keeping up with the slang, but I think it's thank you.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Dang, where is Mitch when I need him? But yeah, so I want to make the world a better place. I want to make sure that I'm strengthening my legacy. And I mean by, one of my nieces over the holidays, we were sitting around and the question was something like, we was playing a game and it was like, what does this person like remind you of? Like, what does this, you know? And she was like, that my auntie got money. And I was like, that's it? You know, like, dang, I got money, but I don't want to just be remembered for that.
Yeah, you don't want to just be rich auntie.
Yeah, like I'm rich auntie, but I want to be the rich, wise auntie. And she left me a lot of, you know, gems. And I do, and I'm pretty sure she feels that way. But it's like when she said it, and that was like the first thing, I was like, you know what? Let me start really, because I think I downplay my light a lot. Like a lot of people don't know I'm as intelligent as I am, and I know a lot about a lot of things.
Yes.
So I think I just want to start really getting into that bag, like showing that side of me. Like I really know, like a lot of the courses and stuff that people selling, I've either took them or I know about them. Like I know how the importance of like life insurance policy. I actually had to, experience that. You know, I know how it takes. I know that process. I know the benefit of having it, I know the benefit of investing your money. I know the benefit of having a good mindset and, being the best person you can be so you can attract other people in that same, I know the importance of that. So I think just having more meaningful conversations.
This is a great platform for that.
Yes. So I just want to do, I want to do that. I heard Lauren London, she was like, I don't want to miss my mark. I don't want to miss my mark this year. So I want to do whatever God wants me to do. And like you, I want to starve my flesh so I can feed my spiritual realm. I want to be able to hear God even through the noise. I don't want to have to, it's good to fast and get quiet, but I also want to be able to be so in tune that he don't even got to say too much.
Right.
Like, I know I'd be like, oh, that's God. You know, and then when things start falling apart, I could still like keep myself together because I know for a fact that it's all going to work out for my greater good, you know? So I think that's like what I more so want to achieve. I just want to tap into my more substance side. You ever say that?
And look at how God gave us this platform to achieve things. It's like he be working. Because we really just did this to like talk and have an outlet for ourselves. But it's going to give us, it's a seed that's going to harvest many or much, yield much.
Yeah. And it's been helping so many people. Thank you all. We read every comment.
Yes.
Those who have reached out via text or telephone and said that an episode or more has helped you, we really appreciate it because it just lets us know that we're in alignment with our purpose, you know, part of our purpose, should I say.
Yeah, it's affirmation for us, and we so appreciate it because just like Necia mentioned, you know, you can keep a nice face, and we do that here too, but it's not that this is hard, but it is hard to be this vulnerable with the world. There's not millions of people watching right now, but the fact that there's more than just us in this intimate space that are going to hear these conversations, like it really is affirmation to like keep doing this.
Yeah.
And of course we have more, and it is growing and doing so many things.
We are Spotify, Apple Podcasts, we streaming.
Yeah.
Who knows where it can go.
Yeah. So it's going to give you all the things that you're asking for. It's going to give me all the things that we're asking for. And it's going to give so many people the things that they need because it is all in glory of God. So grateful for that.
Grateful.
But I do think as we talk about what we want to achieve in 2026 or our goals, I also think it is important to reflect on 2025 and bring our loved ones who are here along with us and just remind them all that has happened in this year that we've missed them.
Okay. Alrighty. So again, I'm not going to apologize. I even brought some sunglasses that I thought I was going to wear, but I said, you know what, Necia? We're inside of a studio.
Full transparency.
Y'all know I'm talking about my one and only mother. And my dear sister. So expect tears to fall.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting on my shades. I just thought about it like, I just made that decision. I was like telling Hailey, I'm like, I'm going to bring my shades and I'm going to mess up my makeup during this segment. But it looks good. Thank you. Listen, y'all, this is my first time ever doing my makeup, like ever in life, ever. Because usually I go, you know, to get my makeup done, but my makeup artist was on FaceTime with me and she helped me. So I am very like, Today was just one of those days. So it was just like, you know what, not that y'all gonna get what y'all get, but y'all gonna get Necia. As if y'all was coming to my house or something, kicking me. So, but as Hailey mentioned, we're going to update this came from, I was on TikTok.
I was on Instagram.
And I seen people like updating their loved ones. I was like, Hailey, I think you had sent it to me, but I had already seen it. And I was like, yeah, for sure. We definitely got to do this.
Yeah.
So we are going to update our loved ones.
So we made lists so that we can somewhat keep it together.
Yeah.
Because again, we're going to cry. It's a lot. So just to keep it concise, because Necia and I could do this for hours and cry, but our time does not allot that for filming today.
Right. And we have roses. So for our dear loved ones, that we'll just lay a rose down for pretty much everything that they missed.
Hello. I'll take 4. I would like 4. One for each person.
Now, I'm going to run out of roses because I also asked, my siblings had updates as well that they wanted me to share. So, you want to start or you want me to start?
It's up to you.
Okay. I'm first going to ask and say this. Sometimes I be very upset that y'all went to glory and left me here with some of y'all strays. The strays has been strained, but nevertheless, you guys are missed. My mommy's name is Elaine Ross, but that's Big Vet, Yvette, you know. And my sister is Anjali Ross, and we call her Lee, or I call her Lily. But first thing first, the family is still thriving. It's been very hard without you guys. Sis, you had your pink dress on, looking very, very fabulous. When we laid you to rest. And mommy, we dressed you in all white as you wanted. And you guys had such a beautiful homegoing service. Especially for us to have had planned it in less than a week.
Yes.
And y'all repast was at Granny House. Granny House is sold. It's sold. So
Can you believe it?
right. So the last
Unbelievable thing of 2025. I never thought Granny House would get sold, but they did it.
Yep, our granny had that house for over 30 years. So their repast was like one of the last, I would say we got together, the family got together for sure after that, but one of the last big celebrations was y'all repast. It was at Granny House. So yep, y'all missed that. But we had y'all shirts on.
Yes.
And so y'all were there with us in spirit too. We carry y'all in our heart for sure.
As always. Okay. My updates will kind of be to everyone. They're not too general, but I love you, Marquise. I love you, Lee. I love you, Auntie Vet. And I love you, Louie. I miss all four of you. But this year, I packed up and I moved to Miami. And I have always dreaded it because I don't like all the big city. It's too much. But it's not about what I want. It's about what God wants. So I just listened. And by Marquise, it is through your life that I got a job opportunity here, that I was able to move here. So I'm very grateful that in that season you were able to help me with that, because it was at your homegoing service that I was able to reconnect and be back down here. So I appreciate you looking out for your girl.
Okay. So this again is to both of them, because of course we share a family. Mommy, you have a new great-grandbaby, a new great-grandson. He was born in September, and your youngest son is now a grandfather for the first time, which is so crazy to even think. But so Lee, you have another great nephew. And
he was born right around her birthday.
Yes, like literally the day before, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he is so handsome. And yeah, so we have a new addition to the family.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'll say, my youngest soul, Lee Bro, he's a granddad, and he has gray hair in his beard now. And he's been on his job for 2 years. He wanted me to share that, and that he said, he's really trying.
Sometimes that's all we can do.
Yes. Your oldest son, Mommy, my chocolate drop, as I like to call him, he said that he is taking better care of his health, and he's been working out more and taking care of his mental. And his daughter is driving, and she has a car of her own, so she be pulling up to the family gatherings in her own vehicle.
Come on, Niecy Pooh.
Yes, and she drive as fast as me. And at least she whip corners like you, because I seen her whip a corner in the Sky Zone. I was like, oh my gosh. And Mommy, your oldest daughter, your firstborn, your twin, her and her husband been going to church more. together at that. She's already been going, but the husband has also been joining her in the family. And Ma, guess what? Your firstborn daughter, youngest daughter, is in the choir. You already know who that is. Imagine her singing in the choir. And she graduated with her master's like a month ago. So you would be so proud of her. She's teaching at a school and on her way to be a principal, period. One of your grandsons, he has been promoted to a manager within 3 months on his job.
Come on.
So yes.
Everybody thriving.
People are thriving. And as far as your baby girl, she is pushing along. She's thriving.
We love that.
She did not give up. And I am going to work to do what I can as a sister to close the distance that we've been having. But she's been thriving. You'll be proud of her. And for me, I started a podcast with Hailey, with Sister Cousin Lee. And Mommy, you know I'm always private, but I've been helping a lot of people who lost their moms as well. So yeah. And I'm still pushing along. Lee, I made sure to make sure your sons are straight. So, yes. Oh, and I took, your boys went to Disney for the first time.
Yes.
Over the summer, they had a ball. They went to their first NBA game.
Yeah, we all went together.
They toured the Dolphin Stadium in a private tour. They got to go in the locker room, so they was very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi is off to get ready to go to the military, girl. But we praying over, covering over him.
Yes.
And he graduated with his barber license, so he is a state of Florida licensed barber.
I'm so proud of Kai. He's making so many mature decisions for himself. And because sometimes kids, he's not a kid, but kids get to that adult age and they just kind of like want to run free with their free will. And I love that he's being responsible and like doing man things now. Of course, he's still young. There's still, more maturing to do, but he's really doing so great.
Yes, he is. And he is, you would just be so proud of him. You'd be so proud of all your sons. They so respectful. And I know one of the things that you'd be most proud of, sis, is he treats his girlfriend like a queen, because I know you always wanted to raise affectionate young men who treated their girls like queens. So shout out to you, my adopted niece.
Okay. So something I wanted to do this year and that I did was get baptized. So I'll be able to see you when I get there. I think Lee will be really proud of it. She was always such a woman of strong faith. So was Marquise. It just like is exuded from him. So I will see you when I get there as well. But I got baptized and I was able to start this podcast with Necia, like you mentioned, but I'm so proud of it because you all have always seen me as like a go-getter and someone to like seek advice. I remember we were just talking once and Lee was like, "Hailey, you only 30?" She's like, "You so mature. I be forgetting that you so young." Because there's like 10 years in between us. But yeah, I'm happy that we have this platform to like give insight to those moments that we would share, that we would talk about, the things we wanted. It feels good to be doing them. I feel your encouragement. And I think it was the last episode, we were just talking about like ghosts and spirits, and Necia said she didn't want to see y'all, and I said I do. And Lee, I think you took me up on that advice, so thanks for coming to see me.
And speaking of that, let me tell y'all, see, me and Lee was like really like twins for real, even though we were 5 years apart. But I recently got scared because I thought she was trying to come get me because you missed me. I'm serious.
He's like, don't pick me up for this.
Was trying to come get me, sis. So let me tell you what happened. I'm just going for my regular mammogram because, I've also been speaking on your behalf. So in October, I spoke at like 3 or 4 breast cancer events. And told your story. I know you wanted to tell it, but I did share it for you. You would be so happy and proud of our niece because she is a survivor in remission. And she actually spoke up too, and you would be so proud of her. She did an amazing job. But so during the month of October, I was encouraging other women to go get their mammogram. And I normally get mine around Breast Cancer Awareness Month so I can remember since I'm high risk. So just going in for a little routine. And yeah, they found a mass in my left breast, the same breast your mass was in. So you already know my heart was dropping. I was in there panting. I thought I seen the lights. I thought you and mommy was trying to come get me. It's like, not yet. I gotta raise the sons. I gotta help raise the kids. But it was benign, girl. So I know that was nothing but the prayers of everyone. So yeah, and I put my big girl panties on when I got my biopsy, cried through it, but I felt your presence with me. Mommy, I felt your presence in your covering, and thank God it was benign. So yeah, but I started to feel survivor's guilt because I was like, dang, I wish yours was benign too, but I know you over there getting your beauty rest. So
yes. So Marquise was a big traveler, loved to travel. He traveled a lot with work, dancing, but he just loved to travel and go to restaurants and experience different things. So something I know he would be very proud of is I went on my first international trip. I stamped my passport, and my sister cousin had just gotten her passport and unfortunately was not able to stamp it. However, I took it with me.
Thank you.
So Lee, we went to DR, girl.
Yes.
We was outside. We was at the resort in a bikini at the pool. Okay? At this bar. But it felt good to take you with me. I journal in your passport because I'm pretty sure it's a federal crime for them to stamp your passport if you didn't go. But I did journal in it. I have no idea what I said, but I think I do. I think I remember that the last trip that I took before that was with you when we went to meet your dad, and the next trip was in DR. So happy to have done both of them with you. Happy to stamp my passport. Happy to create a new tradition with traveling. So as we all travel, we can take you with us and journal your passport and let it be you still being with us, because what is it without you, sister?
And Lily, thank you for leaving us and with another side of the family.
Yes.
Because I just got off the phone with, I like to call him my other dad. Stop calling him dad or pops. And he really poured into me, especially today. So he called me randomly out the blue, and I needed that call. I needed that message today. So, and thank you for just your existence, because we have amazing aunts and uncles, and I'm making sure the kids are staying connected and they get pictures as you were born. And yes, you have a 5th grader. He's a patrol officer. He's doing so well in soccer that he is playing above his age limit.
We love that.
Your baby will be 6 in a few days, January 4th, the same day as Hailey. So he'd be 6 in a couple days. He still randomly ask about you. So anytime he does, I always pull up pictures and videos. And he most recently was like, my mom is so beautiful.
He say that all the time.
My mom is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I told you I would never let them forget you. So that brings me to my next point is we had a whole birthday weekend long celebration for you. And girl, I rented a mobile billboard.
Yes.
Because I could not lay you to rest in your hometown where you were born. You were born in West Palm Beach, but raised in St. Petersburg. So you had a last lap. You had a last lap in West Palm Beach. And we made sure the city seen you that day. So yeah, and your birthday party was so lit. We had a girls' night.
Yes. It was a time.
It was a time was had. We had a beautiful butterfly release. I caught 2 butterflies that act like they did not want to leave my hand. So I just felt like that was you reminding me it's always the 2 of us. And mommy, we felt your presence there too. We was turning up, especially the after party.
Yeah,
after party was so my mama.
It was.
Your nephew and his homeboy turned your after party.
They turned the party out.
I can't talk about that. Your cousin was on top of the car dancing. It was a whole time. A time was had to celebrate your 40th birthday. Well, would have been your 40th birthday and your first heavenly birthday. So your party was lit. You got driven through your hometown on a mobile billboard, and I had your songs playing Ball Greasy, Rod Wave. Yeah.
And we all had our pink on, leopard on.
Yes. The kids were matching. It was so
The
cute.
kids had a good time. It was a party that you would have loved to have.
Yeah.
You would have turned up with us the girls' night. We cooked and played games and wore our pajamas.
You had a custom game board with your pictures, shot glass,
Yes.
cups. Everything was custom for you, girls.
And B would not, you had pillows. B would not stop looking at the pillow. He's like,
Oh, he loves
that's
that
my mom. She's so beautiful.
pillow. He loves that pillow. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too. We used our shot glass in one of the episodes. But a few tidbits that you would be proud about. I had 0 children. I made it through the year with no kids. Praise the Lord. Okay. I also got your sister, the bougiest person, to take the train. I tried very hard to get her to go camping because it was so fun. I'm so glad that I did it. I'm definitely going again this year. But it was a great experience. It was shortly after you all's heavenly return. But it was so great to like detach and be dirty and just like not care. She didn't go camping, but maybe this year. But I did get Necia to get on the train. And I just been getting her to do more stuff. I got her to sit in the 200 level of a basketball game. I've been bringing her back to reality, you guys.
My mama would be so proud of that.
I'm about to say, Auntie gonna be like, Necia? And Auntie, we dance for you like only you would. Okay, we have turned up the parties and unapologetically bust a move, you know? And we keep our words feisty as you would. And we just remind people that you are present in us. And yeah, we got a lot of things to do. Lee, I am also growing out my hair. And you so lucky I love you, girl, because it's nothing in life like having a bald head or short hair. So I am growing my hair back out because I want to donate it in your honor so I can give it to the girlies who are survivors or going through chemo, so that it's important to me for me to donate it because I think in a lot of those instances, there's never textured hair that looks natural for a Black woman. So it's important to me that I give my hair that will look like the natural texture of a Black woman. It's not going to look like a straight silky wig, or it's going to look real. So it's very important to me because I feel like you loved your curly brown, half up, half down. So I want to be able to give that to the girls, you know? So a nice curly half up, half down is coming to the girls in a few years in your honor.
Period. And Lee, I've been keeping my nails done. Since your passing, I have not missed a nail appointment. And you was such a doll, and you loved all things girly, feminine. And I was kind of like, I don't want to say the tomboy, but I never wore like makeup or nothing like that. I don't want to say I'm plain Jane, but I be just kicking it for real. Yeah, I be just chilling. But I then really stepped it up and started wearing makeup here and there. Not a lot, but like only when we film, pretty much.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
I be wearing earrings, and if anybody knows me,
Yeah, you do.
I despise an earring. They still just be mostly studs, but I will keep an earring in. I just turned the sexy up for you, cousin, because I know you would.
Yeah, so I've been turning up a little notch, just being more polished, and I know you will be proud of me. And mommy, I took some very cute professional photos that I know you will be proud of, because she used to always just think I was like a Barbie doll. She was like, Necia, you should model, you know? So yeah, I've been popping out here and there, you know, just a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
And oh girl, I don't want to say surprisingly, but your boo's been still checking on the kids, and we love that. And they've been supporting the podcast. And she was not dealing, I'm talking about over the many years, because it's not like she dealt with a bunch of people at the same time. But they still keep in contact and check on your children, and I really commend them for that. And the family. Mommy, you know how I told you I was going to work on my profanity? I've been going through a little bit of character development, and you'll be happy that at least 3 people this last year deserved a good Tia Kim cussing out from me, but I did not do it.
A good reminder that you Yvette daughter.
Yeah, because I wanted to really show them why I'm Yvette daughter, but I really just let go and let God, and I've been blessed by that. But they was trying to allow your grandkids and your kids, and I already know you don't play about them, and you know I don't play about them, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But we have overcome. So I think you would be proud to know that I went out like a lady in all situations and the bigger person, and I didn't like feed it. And I gave grace even while we were being kicked, while we were down, grieving, insane.
Auntie is proud.
So yeah, my mom be proud. And I joined a nice Bible study group, Christian Girl POV.
Yes.
Met some spiritual sisters. So I know both of y'all are happy with that. And Hailey has been going with me.
Mm-hmm.
Our podcast is growing.
We've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes that are going to continue to help it grow.
So I just want to say we love you guys. It's not a day that go by that we don't think of y'all. It's not really a minute. I feel like that y'all not just on my mind.
Right.
And mommy used to always tell me that one of the last conversations I had with you, you was telling me I didn't have to be strong because I was so emotional about Lee, but I wasn't letting it out. And I remember you sitting on the couch hugging me that day, and it was like a week before you passed. And I've been more honest and more transparent about my emotions, and I have taken the be strong cape off. So I know you'll be proud of me, because that was one of the things you used to always get on me about, is not having to feel like I had to carry everything, or I didn't have support. So I've been leaning in on my support. And yeah, so that's what y'all pretty much miss. We thriving for the most part. It's so hard without y'all. I will say that. This holidays was so hard.
Yeah.
But
harder than expected, but we are thriving.
Yeah, we here. Life a trip.
And life's a trip.
But anyway, this is the New Year episode. We'll probably put a trigger warning at the beginning of this.
Yes. But also, please feel free, like we always say, the Good Genes podcast is a safe place for hard conversations. So please feel free to get in the comments and express yourself. If you have lost loved ones, say what you need to say. If you are beefing with one of your loved ones and you need to talk out of conversation, please just get in the comments and use this the same way we have to get things off of our chest, to just be a platform for healing. So use the comments. This is a community. Talk amongst each other. Find someone's comment to respond to and things like that. But we love you at the Good Genes podcast. We hope that we continue to thrive here. And we love all of you who are going through something similar.
Yes.
And
a huge air hug to all of you.
Yes.
A huge air hug to all of y'all.
Air hugs to all of you. And we'll see you in the next New Year.
Yes. Yes. Peace, y'all.